Alright guys, we're just showing you a little bit of what we're doing here. I'm just going to show you a little bit of this rope work. This will be added to the beginning of a video here that we're going to do. Joe's just warming up with some jump rope. It's probably going to do about 5 to 10 minutes of jump rope. Maybe he does a minute and stops. Maybe he does 5 minutes in a row and stops. But he's just going a slow, steady pace to warm up. And that's what we're doing today. And so hang on here, and in a couple of minutes you're going to have another series of stuff that's going to be in totality going behind this. But as soon as he's doing jump rope, we're going to have to get the mat out and do all the stuff that he's going to do. So just hang with us because we've got a lot more work to come. Alright guys, we just started with showing you just a little bit of what we do for the rope work. Now we're going to go in 2 more series. Maybe I'll have to edit this together instead of showing everything in full, because this is going to be a little bit of work here that we do, but it's going to be a little time consuming. So how you going to do this, Joe? You're going to do push-ups and sit-ups first and then move over to planks. And all right, so this will be the first series of exercises we do. Keep in mind, we don't do a set and just stop, then do the next exercise and just stop and stop and stop. He will almost continuously go through a whole super calisthenically expialidocious, as I call it, and superset this work he's going to do. All right, son, whenever you're ready. Make sure I got you in here. Rocky, you need to not bother. Now he's doing push-ups like he's done them the past few times. Now we will pull the elbows out to the side more at times, or do a variety, and sometimes he does declined push-ups as well. So he's doing does things in different ways. So now he's got his back to you, but you can see what he's doing. And one thing we've been lacking on here lately is midsection work. Just if your back starts to hurting real bad, don't do it. Okay. All right. All right, now he'll take a little break.
think we'll do 3 sets.
Yeah.
Cut the video off.
Yeah, and then I'll continue on with the next series of stuff you do after this. Because if I don't, it'll take forever to get downloaded from the phone.
It would be nice if I could find something where I could just speed it up. And during this time, I'm just going all fast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And
but if it were still speeded up, well, maybe it'd make it less time. But it's good to just show people anyway. And folks, there's a lot of stuff we don't show. A whole lot of stuff. We don't show hardly any the technical stuff we do, and I haven't shown any technical stuff in a long time. I'll pull a set of straps out. Joe will wrap one around one hand and fist, and then he'll wrap another one around the other hand and fist. And if I've got two people, we'll rotate clockwise and counterclockwise while he's shadow boxing, pulling the heck out of these bands, and that really, really works you. We do a lot of things. Maybe one day we'll do a day in the life video, and like Joe's saying, if we could just fast forward the thing. We go through schooling and then everything else he does, and but you got to keep working, folks. And if you go over about a week or so, and you neglect a body part, you're going to feel it when you start back. Joe's feeling this big time now. That's good, Joe. And you're getting a little bit of jelly belly there, son. And something I want to show in front of everybody. And it's just little things I pay attention to. When Joe's getting up, Joe has what I commonly refer to is the Larry Holmes syndrome. Joe, it's hard for him to keep everything aligned down here. So, son, when you go to get up, don't come out like this and get up. You're pivoting again. Keep these toes straight in. Mike Tyson had this problem too, little thing you guys might not know. And before he was done with it, he was walking more in, right? So I've told Joe this hundreds and hundreds of times, but I lose track of it myself. And you can see it in the way somebody's walking. I hope the camera picks this up. This is the correct way to walk. Toes forward. This is not the way to walk, nor is this the way to walk. This is the way to walk with you, and that'll help you keep your waist and all aligned. And we'll get. I see Joe's getting out of line again, so I'll sit him down in a chair, and I'll put a band on his legs. And as he's sitting in the chair, he'll go out with these bands, and then he'll stand and go out with them as well. And that corrects this problem. But a lot of kids today, they have problems like this, and kids of yesteryear too. When you see an older fella walking like that, it's a kid that didn't have an adult around him with sense enough to correct him. There's proper ways to do everything from shaking a hand to walking upright to walking straight ahead, and how you conduct yourself when you enter a room. And Joe's got that real down pat. I used to have this when I'd walk into a room, I'd command the area around me. And I mean, you know, if the mayor was in there or the chief of police or an FBI director, I still commanded the area where I walked, and people knew it. I don't know if they knew that I was commanding the area, but that's what I call it. But just walking in confidence and walking and talking and moving like a strong man. And I'm very thankful Joe has this. He'll go into a room, no matter where we go, in many, many gyms. And if Joe's not the biggest guy, whether he's physically the biggest or not, doesn't make the difference. But I believe maybe with the exception of one gym we've been into down here in Columbia, when he enters the gym, everybody knows who the man is. And of course, there's guys that are a lot bigger than him, but they know. And that's what you need to exude in the fight game. And it makes no nair, no mind. You need to walk and conduct yourself like that if you're in the room with 3 world champions and you're, as Joe is, a 16-year-old kid. You want to walk in there commanding the area around you, being the serious guy. And it tickles me because we'll be in the gym and, you know, everybody's doing something. They're doing their thing, joking around, talking as they're working. And then there's Joe. And it's a way different situation with Joe. He's just as you watch the old videos of Tyson in the gym, he's to himself doing his own thing, and it's to a point that nobody will go up to him. They'll come up to me and ask about him. So even as a young fella, you can command areas around you, and it's all in whom you present and who you are. Was that 3 sets, or you got one more to go? You got the one thing to do. All right. Folks, I'm going to cut it off here, but hang on, because I'll have the back thing we're going to do in just a few minutes. Well, it won't be a few minutes to you. We'll just have it edited in here, but I'm going to give Joe about maybe 4 or 5 minutes between this. So go ahead, Joe. Yeah, you have to get back to doing as much midsection work as you were doing before. I don't see none of the definition that you had down there. All right, now coming up right now, we're going to do the back work and the Superman plank with weights that Joe does. So you want to hang on because you want to see that. All right, guys, now this will be the continuation of what we're going to show you today. Joe's going to continue with the push-ups, doing the push-ups with these sets of Superman plank type exercises that he's going to be doing. Good job, son. And now Joe's had a back injury here recently, but it was the day before yesterday when you did the massive back workout, right? So he actually went in, and I mentioned this in another video. He, so you're going to get a little break in this setted thing. He did a very hard back workout, but we only did 2 sets with very high reps, and it helped his back out. So I'm going to tell him, and I would tell you too, that if you've had some back issues, be careful with some of these exercises that are coming up. That I'm going to tell him, if it starts, the pain is okay, no pain, no gain, but if it starts hurting, which is a different kind of pain, that he needs to stop doing it. So if it's just, I'm kind of concerned with the lift ups that you're going to do in the middle there, wherever you do it. All right. So maybe if you want to do 5 of those, just do 5. If it feels good to you and you think it's helping you, then do whatever you'd normally do. Okay. So. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. And I hope this is picking up here. Yeah, it's enough to pick up for you. Okay, son. 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Okay. So this is the the plank work that Joe does. This is really about all the plank work that we do. Sometimes Joe will get in the sit position on the wall and do things like that, but not a whole lot. We'll do so many different things that we have trouble fitting everything in that we do. But you're fortunate now because you can look online and you can pick and choose things that are actually strengthening you very well. Now, on this next set, when he starts it, he'll just go through from the push-ups and just continue on and do everything. Are you going to do 3 of these, right? Okay. I'm sure I'll get some kind of short video up tonight. We haven't been putting as many of those up, but have him on some type of bag later on, either the heavy bag at the gym or the reflex bag here. But when we stop here, this is not all we're doing. But yeah, son, you're getting a little bit of a jelly belly there in no time. But that's all right. Don't worry about it. Okay. Good job, son. Okay. Good job, son. So you got one more set. So you'll have 180 push-ups in with all the rest of the stuff that we've done in totality. That's pretty good. As long as you get close to the 200 mark. And you know, if you are a smaller person, with the exclusion of what we're doing down here with the dumbbells, that maybe you can you do the plank longer, or you do the back lift. You do more reps, but we're just doing what Joe is feeling comfortable with at the moment. Sometimes he does, let's see, 40 more seconds on each plank. Sometimes he does 20 instead of 10 on the reps that he does. But if you're smaller, it's going to be harder for you to do the dumbbell end of this if you're not as strong. But on the repetition part, on the other stuff, maybe you can get more repetitions, and maybe you need more. Because when you're lifting yourself, you're not lifting such heavy weight. So you got to find where your comfort level is, where you still have pain to achieve gain. And we've got other stuff to do today, so I don't want to kill him doing this here. But it's working him. I can tell by his breathing and his quick exhales that he does, and whatnot. So How's your back feeling, son?
Oh, it's fine.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
I know that you're not feeling injury pain, are you?
Just a little bit.
Well, you just. Okay. Good job, son. Okay. So this is what we're going to what we showed you today. We hope it helps. Give it a shot. Do the reps you can do. If there's some things you can't do, just skip them and work your way up to them. And much love to everybody. And we will remind you, as we normally do, that Christ is our King up and around here. And we love you all very much. And Christ is our Lord, our King, and our Savior up in here. And we hope He is in your house too.